Yo, what is up? What is up? It's me. It's Key, and I'm back in the building with another 7,200 seconds. I know it's usually on Tuesdays, but something came up for tomorrow. So we're going to bring y'all the show today. I got the hardest working man on the network. I got my guy, Coach Donte, in the back. What's going on, Coach?
What's good? How you doing today? Damn. Wow, damn. Yep. My bad. I'm eating ice. The NC State game. God damn, they beat them. They beat them people in the post. But how y'all doing? Another
NC
7,200 seconds. Man, ready for the show.
NC State is popping though. They the
Yep.
number one seed for a reason.
Yep. That is good. That team is good.
And of course, I got another guy backstage coming in right now. Got my guy Max from Match Coverage TV. What's going on, Max?
What's
Max
going on,
coverage
y'all?
is good, my
Appreciate
guy. How
y'all
you doing?
having me on.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir,
y'all having
Max.
me on.
Max is back in the building for another 7,200 seconds. But now let's get into it. We got some things. I'm looking for the right thingy thing. There we go. Let's get it popping. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Shayna in the chat. Talk about your ice,
Hey.
Dante. What's going on, What's going on, Travis? What's going on, Burn? And
What's going on,
Anthony
yo?
Price. He definitely does stay working. I mean,
Yep.
I told you he's hardest working man on the network.
Man, don't take
But
a
let's
night off.
get into it. Some stuff went down today, of course. We're gonna get into that news. Atlanta Falcons trade Matt Ryan to the Indianapolis Colts for a Will Smith CD and some candy. It's M&Ms, the plain ones, not the peanut. They get the plain M&Ms with the Will Smith CDs. Thoughts on Matty Ice going to the Colts?
I like it. I mean, I like Matty Ice, man. He's a Super Bowl type of quarterback. I mean, doesn't turn the ball over pretty much. Sometimes he takes a lot of risk, but that because, like I say again, he's trying to make a play. It's not very mobile, but Matt Ryan is pretty good. I say it's pretty good to have him over there with a great offensive line. You got an all-pro offensive line over there. You got a good running back over there that can take a lot of pressure off of him. And I think the coach just need outside of Michael Pittman is probably the only problem I have with that receiver position outside of Michael Pittman. Eric Pascal walked to the Eagles today. I believe he went.
Pascal, yep.
Zach Pascal,
yeah,
went to the Eagles. Yep. So T.Y. Hilton is over the darn hill. So the only problem is what I got is I just got questions on the receiving position for the Indianapolis Colts. They signed Mo Alley Cox right back. It's just questionable on the receiver side of the thing for the Indianapolis Colts. But otherwise, I like Matt Ryan with the Indianapolis Colts. They have a great defense. They have a pretty good defense as well, even though they didn't perform that one game against Jacksonville when they needed to. But I like Matt Ryan with the Colts. Good fit behind running back, Jonathan Taylor, and a great offensive line who's an all-pro offensive line. I like that deal for the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely like Matt Ryan over Carson Wentz. Matt Ryan actually leads the league in passing yards in the past 5 years and top 5 in touchdowns. So, I mean, he was just in a bad spot with Atlanta. I know he's towards the end of his career as well, but I feel like this spot is going to be perfect for Matt Ryan to finish his career and, possibly contend for a playoff berth because, I mean, automatically I feel like the Colts are just in the playoff hunt with Matt Ryan, with Jonathan Taylor, Pittman. I feel like they're going to either have to draft the receiver or maybe sign like a Cole Beasley or someone cheap, because now you have to pay for Matt Ryan. That was the whole thing. That's why they only got a third in return because they're paying Matt Ryan $23 million this upcoming season. So you got to have to pay his whole contract. I mean, that's a hefty price. He's already 11% of their cap hit already for the Colts, Matt Ryan is. So that's the reason why they only got like a third round for him. But, I mean, freed up a ton of money for the Falcons. They just signed Marcus Mariota, and then they're definitely going to be in a rebuild. But for the Colts, I feel like perfect spot for Matt Ryan. You got a great defense, like you touched on, playmakers all over the field. I mean, just get another receiver, because now you're down one. It's going to be a good fit for Matt Ryan.
Yep, you do got pro ballers all over there. You got pro ballers on that defensive side of the ball. You got Darius Leonard. Kenny Moore is a pro baller at the cornerback position. So you got defensive guys that can make plays. But like we touched on outside of receiver position, you might have to probably draft a receiver in the draft. There's going to be some receivers kind of in that second to third round type area that you still can grab up, like a Christian Watson or someone like that. That is very fast. He's also very fast too. When he ran the very fast 40 time, he's 6'4". He's very good in a receiver like Sky Moore. But other than that, I think this is a perfect situation, for Matt Ryan, actually.
Oh man, I actually have to work that day, sadly. I wish I could, man, but I work from 6 a.m. to like 4 p.m. usually on the weekdays, so I'll be catching the back end of that game. But I'll let you know. I'm usually off around Sundays and Mondays are my days off, so we can link up hopefully soon. Beantown.
What's going on, Andre?
What's going on, Bobby? Bobby, them Celtics are hot, man.
So yeah, it was definitely, I don't know, Matt Ryan should have got traded because Atlanta's taking that 40 quarterback in Atlanta. Hold your brakes, pump it up. Marcus Mariota comes in and gets a 2-year deal. That surprised me, but it didn't surprise me because he's had ties with Arthur Smith when he was in Tennessee. It's a good move. We all know that Atlanta's going to be on rebuild mode now. Franchise quarterback is going. He's going with the Colts. What can Mariota do with this Atlanta team?
Not too much with him. I don't consider them really a threat to nobody into a top contender team. Like I say, I'm not a fan of Marcus Mariota. He had enough time in this league where he can show what he can do. Because if he was any type of good, he'll still be in the league starting at this point of time. Right now, he was an inconsistent passer, not a strong arm. He was very mobile. That's one thing about him. He's very mobile. He can escape up out of the pocket. That's why when the Raiders brought him in on some wildcat situations, it was easy predicted that they were going to run or either hand it off. And they weren't going to do no throwing with him because his arm is not that great. But again, Calvin Ridley is missing. Cordero Patterson, I don't know if he signed yet. He did. He signed back with him. All right, so he was pretty much the only bright spot pretty much that I've known besides Russell Gage. Russell Gage, you lost him to Tampa Bay, and they got Chris Godwin over there, so they still got weapons over there. You add in Russell Gage, make them more dynamic over there. But you're looking at either a receiver, some receivers over there that need to be addressed in that position for Atlanta. They need some receivers back. You got Kyle Pitts over there, the one bright spot who was good too as well. But they still need a lot of weapons. They still need some weapons over there in Atlanta. Their defense is not really as good as it seems. So, but then again, it's a tough spot for Marcus Mariota. But this is a chance for him to resurrect his career in Atlanta. But he doesn't really got too much in Atlanta to kind of work with outside of Kyle Pitts and Cordell and Patterson. He doesn't really got nothing on the outside to pretty work with. And this defense is kind of a mediocre defense, probably besides Jones, the linebacker.
Yeah, I like AJ Terrell too on the defensive
side.
But
how about him, the stud?
Yeah,
back. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean their defense stinks. Other than those two guys, I mean they have a bunch of holes. Definitely receiver, O-line needs help. I mean, Marcus Mariota's there, but he's probably going to be a bridge quarterback. I see them drafting either Willis or Pickett, someone like that, maybe in the first round, and then maybe go receiver in the second round. But I don't know. The Falcons are definitely going to be on the bottom half of the league. Win-loss record is going to be terrible. I feel like just going to be a rebuilding season. It's going to take a couple years for them to get back. I mean, and now with Brady back in that division and then Winston coming back on a 2-year deal for the Saints, I mean, I don't think the Falcons are going to even be a chance in that division. So it's going to be a tough uphill battle for them. A couple years down the line, maybe they'll be back, but they're going to suck for the next couple of years.
I feel bad for Atlanta. They got to play in that nice stadium on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Chick-fil-A ain't open. Like who? I'm sorry, Atlanta fans. I'm still going to get on y'all about that. Who puts a Chick-fil-A in the stadium and they ain't even open on Sunday?
Right.
Come on. Come on.
It's for like the other like events in that stadium, like the college football and all that stuff. It's on
I get it,
Saturday
but
and Monday.
Sundays you would make a killing on that Sunday. Chick-fil-A, come on.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because that's when you want Chick-fil-A too when it ain't open.
Oh yeah.
Dang, I want it's Sunday, I can't get it. But you just went into the next thing, Max, with Jameis coming back with the Saints. After the Saints was not able to get DeShaun Watson, which we're going to talk about as well. I knew that they had to bring Jameis back. It was either Jameis or someone else. You think about Jameis coming back to the Saints.
I love it. I mean, good for him to get his money. He got a $28 million deal, $21 million guaranteed money. I mean, coming off a bad injury, I feel like that was the most money he'll probably get, out of all the teams. And I'm looking at the rest of the teams that need quarterbacks, and I feel like the Saints are going to be his best spot to start now, and prove himself that he can still be a starter in this league no matter the injury. I mean, I just hope he does good over there. They got a decent team. He can do something over there. I mean, the O-line's pretty good. I mean, they're going to lose Armstead, but Armstead's still available on the market as well. But, I mean, the rest of the line with Ramczyk and all those guys, they have a solid O-line, and Michael Thomas is going to be back and officially like on the field this season. So, that's going to be a great addition with Kamara. I mean, they need a couple more weapons, but Winston has enough to get it going over there in New Orleans. So, I mean, I'm happy for him, and let's see if he shows up and proves he's going to be a starter in this league.
This probably the only spot he probably would get a chance to start at. He was very good last year until he got to his ACL. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes back off of the ACL tear. Is he in top-notch shape? It'll be interesting to see how he plays. I have a little bit of questions about the Saints, about Alvin Kamara, which is I think he's gonna be fine. I think Alvin Kamara is gonna be fine. Pretty much. So you get him back, getting Michael Thomas back is a huge plus. Anyway, I still don't sometimes think he wants to be in New Orleans, but seeing him on the field is actually good. It's actually good for the Saints, seeing him on the field. Just get him on the field, I think is pretty solid. That defense is great. That defense is a top elite defense in the National Football League. They was fourth in the league on defense and giving up points. Mm-hmm. They gave up 19 points a game, so that defense was elite. They was solid. And as long as you got that defense side of the ball, they're going to keep you in the ball games. As all a matter of fact, Winston doesn't need to turn the ball over. He done a great job of doing that, not doing that last year. So it should be interesting. Like the Saints, Tampa Bay, they will be number 1 and 2 in the division. I think Tampa Bay is going to run away with that division. By far, the only kryptonite about Tampa Bay, the Saints get them a lot of trouble. No matter who they have, they get them a lot of trouble because of that defensive side of the ball. But Tampa Bay is going to run away with that division. Getting Russell Gage, getting Chris Godwin back was huge. I think they may lose Leonard Fournette. They're going to lose Ronald Jones probably. So they need to revamp the running back position that they have. But not. And I think Gronkowski will come back because of Tom Brady. So they still the same team. That's still going to be good. You still got Mike Evans, but you upgraded with Russell Gage too. You still got keep Chris Godwin, and you got Tom Brady back, who knows how to not turn the ball over and not make mistakes. This team's still going to be in it. It's going to probably be between them and the Rams, I say, in the NFC. And the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers can get the Packers right back in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers is going to get the Packers right back in the playoffs. Watch what I'm telling you.
I mean, we're definitely going to win the division. I mean, no doubt about it. So no matter what, if you have Aaron Rodgers on your team, we're going to be a contender. I mean, we're saying, oh, we have no weapons, we're going to stink. All right, keep watching.
That's one thing about the quarterbacks such as Rodgers and Tom Brady. Tom Brady made a no-name receiver a star. Chris Hogan. Who else Rodgers had on the team? I mean, Lazard,
Edelman, all of those guys.
Cantland, those guys who didn't think about made him great. Amendola's not that great. He was with Brady. He was amazing. So I mean, those no-name receivers with the right quarterback.
That's why it come into, and people give Aaron Rodgers so much crap. and stuff like that. And I said, "Are you sure you want to sign Davante Adams over Aaron Rodgers and trust Jordan Love because Jordan Love was any good. If Jordan Love was any good, he would already be on the field at this point of time. Any good? You remember the Aaron Rodgers versus Brett Favre? They saw some great in Aaron Rodgers, and it proves to be the right move to move on from Brett Favre. Put Aaron Rodgers in now. That worked. Are you sure about putting Jordan Love on the field and paying Davante Adams, a guy, especially a guy who carried your franchise for a decade, even without Davante Adams, before he was even thought about, even before Davante Adams came in there? Are you sure you're willing to keep Davante Adams over Aaron Rodgers and let Aaron Rodgers walk and make someone else's team look good? That's why I was saying, are you sure you're ready to let that go? See, me and Max been on the same frame about that. I'm not. I think the Packers did the right move. Pay your quarterback. Your quarterback is the most important position on the football field. He's the engine to make that team go. And Aaron Rodgers, as long as you got him, Packers gonna win that division. As long as you got him, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And we got Tay-Rock talking sports in the back. What's going on, Tay-Rock?
What's going on? Dude, we got that guy up in here.
I'm here. What's up, bro?
I gotta get a collab with you. You gotta come on inside the locker room. I need you on there. You know what I'm saying? Donte always come bring me the smoke, and my brother, but I hear got a lot of good things about you. I see you know your stuff. You gotta come pull up on the brother.
Yeah, man. I know. I'll be when y'all do it Thursdays.
Yeah. Donte, how about them Auburn Tigers?
Hey, they overrated. I've been saying they overrated. They was overrated.
My Dookie's still in it though. My Dookie's still in it. All that matter to me right now. But what topic y'all on now?
What the heck was you talking about? See,
when I came in, he was talking about
old. We was just talking about.
When I came in, Donte was talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, well, we was talking about Aaron Rodgers and Brady makes no-name receivers stars.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
yeah.
That's true.
I mean, James Jones is another guy that Rodgers, he was playing really good with us, and he leaves and does absolutely nothing with like the Giants, and then he comes back and does another great season with us. I mean, Rodgers will be okay, man. It sucks to lose Davante Adams, but we'll get guys in there, and especially with this upcoming draft, how deep the receivers are. I mean, I say we're going to probably get 2 or 3 of these receivers coming, unless we sign a guy off the free agent market. But, I think we'll be okay. It might not look good on paper, but we'll find a way. We'll be all right.
You a Packers fan?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, welcome to the 49er world.
I know.
I haven't been in 4 times in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I still don't know how we beat y'all in Lambeau. I still don't know how it happened.
Special teams, man. Special teams.
Hey,
don't block punt.
Don't y'all forget, Max put out a little message for Davante Adams this morning. It was an epic message. But like I say, the Anthony Price comment, we're gonna see. Was it really this year? Was it really Aaron Rodgers, or is it Davante Adams actually the best, one of the best receiver in football without Aaron Rodgers? That question will be answered this year. That's one of Matt's messages that he sent to the Raider Nation and Davante Adams. We already know how good Aaron Rodgers is. He did it way before Davante Adams. And basically, it came with a Super Bowl, and he beat the Steelers. He beat the Steelers, who had a great team as well in the biggest stage of them all. So we're going to see how really good Davante Adams is with a different quarterback, especially with the quarterback he played with in college. We're going to see. We're going to definitely see how big of a difference it is.
But you always say a receiver is only good as their quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what the main thing is. We'll see how good Davante is going to be over there.
Now, Derek Carr balls out.
Yeah.
Can't say nothing.
Yeah, no, you can't. I mean, I expect him to do well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say he's going to suck for the Raiders, but, I mean, they got to build that chemistry back up. I'm sure they play a bunch of, backyard ball, Derek Carr and Adams off season and stuff like that. So I'm sure their chemistry is going to be okay. But
they're definitely going to be together because they live right next door to each
right.
other.
They live next door.
They
yeah.
literally.
They already took a picture together
right next to Carr. If that wasn't destined for him to go over there, I don't know what was.
But you gotta think, Aaron Rodgers made Randall Cobb when he first got there look good. Also, nobody really heard of Randall Cobb like that. And
then we saw Jordy Nelson also when he left.
They should have never let him go. Imagine if Jordy Nelson would have still been there with Devontae Adams when Adams first got there.
Jordy Nelson was a beast, bro. In his early days, and
after he went to Oakland, after he went with the Raiders, it was a wrap.
He didn't do nothing. He didn't do. See, it's funny. Jordy leaves and goes to the Raiders. They didn't do shit. So I mean, hey, let's see what Devontae does.
Well, I think they kind of like two different types of wide receivers.
I know. Yeah.
I'm just mad. My damn team giving up everybody, and we ain't getting nobody. We got that cornerback, but we let go of Tomlinson, DJ Jones. Like, come on, you giving away our best offensive line, one of our best offensive linemen, one of our best defensive linemen. What are you getting for it? Nothing. Like, come on, we got to compete. We're in the NFC West. We got to compete. The Rams just coming off a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really worried about Seattle. They might be okay, but the Rams and the Cardinals, we have to worry about them. Like, come on. Y'all talking about trade
Edelman with Brady. Yep. Chris Hogan with Brady. Amendola with Brady.
See, the reason why they look good because those wide receivers was good. They good on short routes. And that's what the Patriots was made of for a long time. You ever noticed Brady really wouldn't throw the ball downfield? It was them little pick passes. They just get a lot of yards off of each play. For some odd reason, defenses couldn't do nothing to adjust to it. I didn't know what. Listen, anytime I played against Brady on Madden and he started throwing them pick plays, I would switch my defense up to either a cover 2 or cover 3 flat. So once you hit that flat, they can't go nowhere because you got 2 defenders already down there. Nobody was switching their defense. They wasn't thinking because I would have shut that down. And I would have made them adjust to the point where you had to make Brady throw down the field.
And then when they shut it down, he just threw it to Gronk. And no one can stop Gronk. So, I mean,
they had that. Gronk, he had Alex Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez at the time.
I believe if he didn't have his situation, I think Brady would have had probably like 9.
Exactly. And that year, Hernandez just got his money. And then that I'm like, oh, come on.
Brady probably would have had 9 rings.
That was so crazy, that situation. That documentary is crazy as hell, too, if you haven't seen that on Netflix.
I just got finished watching the Joe Montana documentary. The second Joe Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we talked about James getting signed. Talked about Mariota. Now let's talk about the big one. We all know Donte's guy, DeShaun Watson, gets traded to the Cleveland Browns. 3 draft picks, first round, and some other picks. I don't remember.
Football purgatory.
Donte gets all the picks to the Texans. Donte, was you shocked that DeShaun Watson chose Cleveland?
No. I was shocked, but I'm gonna say I was shocked because it seemed like Atlanta and New Orleans. But the team that I kind of wanted him to join was either Cleveland or Carolina because their picks are near the top 10. And thank God for DeShaun Watson. He chose them. So now we got 3 and 13 in the first round picks for the next 2 years. I love what Nick Caserio done. He stood by his word. He didn't back down, even though when the Dolphins, it seemed like the Dolphins was set in to make a trade. And then they found out more of his illegal issues. And then, like I say again, hey, man, congratulations to Nick Caserio. I love this move. Texans are set for the future. Going by his word, not backing down, saying, hey, I want 3 first-round picks. I want 3 first-round picks. And then we get an additional 2 more picks. That's 5 picks that we didn't got off of Cleveland. That's exactly what Nick Caserio wanted, and that's exactly what he got for a great quarterback in Deshaun Watson when he's actually on the field. He has a whole training camp to get it ready. He has a whole OTAs. He's gonna work out. Now he's clarified to play football, so he's gonna knock a lot of that rust off him. And that Cleveland team is gonna be dangerous too in the AFC with Nick Chubb, that running back tandem, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, and you got Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's not a bad receiver. You have they trying to get Jarvis Landry back now. They're trying to get him back over there now. Now would that convince Watson being there convinced Jarvis Landry to even come back over there? I wouldn't blame him if he did, because you got a great quarterback over there instead of having Baker Mayfield can't get anybody the football at this point. That's a huge upgrade right there. 1,000% upgrade right there, if you ask me. Then you got David Njoku. You contain him. Then you got Amari Cooper over there. Maybe he's motivated because of Watson over there. So again, hey, all the things changed now since Watson. Now Will Fuller is gonna go over there. Now his buddy, like me and Max said, you're only good as your quarterback. Well, hey,
shout out to the $2 house.
What's
going on, Stu?
What's up? Good luck.
Shout out to Raider Stu, man. Really appreciate you, my guy.
So y'all going for a quarterback in the draft?
Nah, I don't. I think we'll get one in the later rounds. I don't trust the scenario of getting a quarterback, but it wouldn't shock me. I believe we can get one in the later rounds, not just the first round. I believe we got more. We got more things to work on than getting a quarterback in the first round. But I wouldn't rule out later rounds we could get a quarterback. I wouldn't rule that out at all. But again, this is a heck of a deal for Nick Caserio, man. I'm telling you. Nick Caserio done a great job of getting those picks and solidify our future. And Davis Mills did not have a bad year. I mean, second best rookie. He had damn near a better year than Baker Mayfield. Only thing, Baker Mayfield had the better completion percentage. He had a touchdown rating by 1 over Davis Mills. He had more interception than Davis Mills. He threw for more yards because he's a dink and dump quarterback. Davis Mills threw more balls down the field than Baker Mayfield did. So I'm not saying he's going to be the future quarterback of the Texans, but this year will definitely tell me if he's improved, he can be that guy for the Houston Texans. But I'm happy with Nick Caserio and Lovie Smith is doing. And Lovie Smith is a good defensive core. He's more of a defensive side of the ball. And adding Pep Hamilton as an offensive coordinator is going to help this offensive line. I like this deal by Nick Caserio.
Come get Jimmy and give us some draft picks. Come get Jimmy.
Yeah, no one wants Jimmy now. No one wants Jimmy. But it turns out that actually right before we went on air, they changed the whole trade around. So now the Browns are getting the Texans are getting 6 draft picks now. So you got 3 first, a third, and 2 fourths.
Oh wow!
I feel like they go ahead out of 10 picks. I feel like the Texans might get half of that right, because the certain picks just you might think that person going to be a stud, but it don't always work out. So I feel like half of the picks is going to be right. Then the other half might be okay. Because you just never, when you got a lot of picks like that, sometimes you just don't know. It could be a star, but you just don't know.
I also think they can
trade Bo Callahan.
They can trade around though. That's what I'm saying. They can move up. They can move back. You know what I'm saying? They got plenty of draft capital this upcoming draft.
I'm trying to tell y'all, Jimmy G to the Texans for the 3rd pick. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Nah, we ain't doing that. He ain't worth third, first round pick. He ain't worth that.
Why? I guarantee he can make the Texans better than Davis Mills.
No, not this team. Not this team. This ain't no 49ers. This ain't the 49ers. This defense can't carry Jimmy Garoppolo. Like that 49ers defense could.
You got a point there.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna beat us this year, Max?
Probably not. You know what I'm saying? We never do. I mean, you can throw out your Nick Mullins out there again. He could probably beat us. I mean, yeah.
I don't know, because I think y'all had a better chance with Adams. I don't know without Adams now. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I just can't wait for the draft. You know what I'm saying? Our names out there with Landry. Like you're saying, Landry can go back. They're saying, like, my buddy Kiefer was like, what if Odell goes back to the Browns now with DeShaun Watson? You know what I'm saying? That would be crazy.
I ain't thinking that.
I would think
he ain't going back. He not going back. He don't want no parts of the Browns. He ain't.
Max, that Kiefer brought that up. What if that does happen all of a sudden? It did, but just all because of DeShaun Watson, not Baker Mayfield.
But
I know Baker Mayfield is mad.
Hell yeah. I mean, he was all hurt. Now, there's only a slim pickings left that needs quarterbacks. If he goes anywhere, he's going to have to be competing in a quarterback battle. You know what I'm saying? There's no obvious clear cut, you won't be the starter. I mean, if you go to Seattle, I would say he's going to be a starter over Drew Lock, or Carolina with Sam Darnold. But regardless, they're going to have to compete in the offseason to like win that position. I thought the Colts were like the last team that you could go and automatically be the starter, but I don't know where.
I feel like the Colts ain't getting no better.
I think they got better. I mean,
what the Colts is what it reminds me of what they did with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. They were pretty good with Rivers.
I kind of feel like they improved a little bit, but long as Matty Ice don't throw those interceptions, they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like he's more of a established quarterback than Carson Wentz. I mean, he's won MVP. He's made it to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He was in a bad spot with Atlanta. They had a terrible O-line, no receivers really other than Kyle Pitts and Russell Gage. I mean, Calvin Ridley was there, but, he stepped away. He had nobody. And, like, he still was number 1 in the league the past 5 years in passing yards and top 5 with touchdowns. So, I mean, he made it work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're going to go out and win a Super Bowl with Matt Ryan, but I feel like they got a little bit better than Carson Wentz.
Maybe they can beat the Jags this year.
Oh, that was such a crazy game.
Yeah.
But speaking of Baker Mayfield, since Max bring it up the next topic, where does he go? Carolina? Does he go to Seattle? Seattle's definitely going to be rebuilding as well. Do you want to rebuild with Baker Mayfield or do you want to rebuild with Drew Lock?
Just don't bring him to the Niners. That's all I ask. Just don't bring Baker to the Niners. We don't want him.
Nah, y'all ain't gonna get him.
I would rather stick with Jimmy.
Trey Lance is y'all's new quarterback.
Yeah, I would rather stick. I'm talking about trading Jimmy. Listen, don't bring Baker here. We don't want him.
I think the best spot for Baker would be Carolina. I mean, I definitely see him beating out Sam Darnold easily over there. And they got DJ Moore that is locked up on an extension. Christian McCaffrey. They got a pretty solid defense, one of the best run defenses in the league. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have a pretty solid O-line, but I feel like that would be your best spot. If you go to Seattle, you have the weapons, but your defense isn't that good. You know what I'm saying? The O-line is terrible as well.
The Giants or the Jets?
Oh God, he really. Oh, not the Jets.
Yeah.
No, but the Jets. Don't sleep on the Jets. The Jets are putting some pieces together.
Okay, they did that last year, and look where
they getting more now. I'm trying to tell you, they get a quarterback better than Zach Wilson that can actually produce like that with the weapons they are getting on the O-line and on defense. If they get some weapons on the outside, they gonna be okay.
The Jets need a quarterback, but any quarterback that goes to the Jets, that's purgatory hell.
Yeah, right.
That's quarterback hell.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. The last time they had a good quarterback was the butt fumble.
This is true.
And the Jets and Giants both said that they're willing to trade one of their 2 top 10 picks in this draft. So they already said that they'll be cool moving back. So I mean,
Baker Mayfield in blue. Ooh.
Nah, I think Carolina should do all they can to go get Baker Mayfield. I mean,
because Sam Darnold stinks.
Yeah, Sam Darnold sucks.
That's the USC quarterbacks.
I don't know what it is about a USC besides Carson Palmer was the only one.
Yeah, right. Carson Palmer was okay.
And Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. That's really about it. But okay, so Linda, if you don't know what the butt fumble is, go Google it. What happened was Mark Sanchez had the ball and he literally ran into his center and fumbled.
His face hit the center's behind.
His face hit his butt and fumbled the ball. So Mark Sanchez is always known for the butt fumble. Go Google it and you'll have a good laugh.
If I was to ever meet him, I'd be like, "Hello, Mr. Butt Fumble."
It's funny because now he's on TV all the time doing analyst stuff, and I bet he gets shit all the time.
I'm sure because that was funny seeing it on ESPN and they highlighting it every other hour. It was hilarious. But no, I mean Baker, like y'all said, definitely Carolina would be the best for him because Sam Darnold stinks. Sam Darnold just might be a backup in this league. He's going to be another Josh Rosen. I I don't even know what the call Sam Darnold. And he was complaining about how where he got drafted. You're not that good, obviously.
Yeah,
he wasn't
right.
that great.
I think he was drafted too high.
At first, I thought it was the Jets, and then he had those little games with Carolina. I was like, oh, well, maybe it's not the Jets. No, it's you, Sam Darnold. It was Sam Darnold all along.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to the Saints GM. Shout out to the Saints GM.
Yeah.
Because he restructured $100 million in cap.
Yeah.
He needs to be GM of the
mil.
year. He needs to be GM of the year. Because they was in cap hell.
Who needs to be GM of the year?
The Saints GM.
Oh yeah.
How he got them because he probably heard, oh snap, DeShaun coming over. We gotta make some moves. So, but shout out to the Saints GM for making those moves and restructure those deals. Get Jameis back. Maybe they can possibly get somebody else coming, depending on how they do this upcoming season. But is Dallas in trouble? We're gonna move on to the Cowboys. Are they in trouble?
They always in trouble.
Yep, I think Dallas is in a little bit of trouble. The only thing probably going to save them is the division. It's the NFC East. That's probably the only thing. See, right now, Michael Gallup, they re-signed him back, but he's not going to be ready by opening day. He's not going to be ready by on opening Sunday. He's not going to pretty much be ready. You don't have Cedric Wilson walk. You let Amari Cooper go. CeeDee Lamb really ready to be a number one wide receiver? Is he really the one to take on the responsibility of having a double team right there? And your main target now becomes Dalton Schultz. Now, do you really trust in that so far? The way Dak Prescott can't get anything going when it's a big game on the line, can't really get anything going. Ezekiel Elliott declined. Tony Pollard should now start at running back for the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, ever since he got paid, he's been stealing so far. But right now, they bring back Lake Van Der Esch, who I think is okay when he does play. The problem is he's not on the field. The defense is not really that good to me. They're not really that good. They lost Randy Gregory. They did get D-Law back, but what has he done since he begged that one-off season for his money? What has he actually done? Absolutely nothing. Parsons is really good. Parsons is really, really good. I think Diggs is overrated, but I think he can be better. I think he can actually be better. He used to be a receiver, so I see why he gambles a lot and why he can catch the ball so really good, because he used to be a receiver. But I think Dallas in trouble. The only thing, the division is really bad. The division is really bad. So, yep, I can see the Eagles winning the division actually and beating Dallas. This is by far Dallas probably weakest team in a little while. So again, I can see Eagles winning this division. I wouldn't be surprised if down Washington Commanders do it. Even though Carson Wentz is a little iffy, but he has potential on making some plays when you expect him not to. You do have Terry McLaurin over there. Do have Antonio Gibson, who's really good. And with that defensive line and Chase Young coming back, able to apply pressure, I wouldn't surprise if they make it more interesting. So I think Dallas is in trouble, man. I don't like the way Dallas are looking right now.
Don't forget about James Washington that they signed.
And James Washington.
Yeah.
He's good, but he doesn't scare you. He's not going to scare you a lot. He's pretty decent. He's not going to scare you. He's not a jump out your seat type of person. He's not going to scare you. So I still think Dallas is going to be inconsistent. I still don't take Dallas serious coming into this season.
Dallas might as well pack it up and get ready for the next season, because they ain't winning it this season. They might as well regroup again. Yeah, Every year, on paper, Dallas is everybody's favorite team. When the season starts, they start doing good. When they come down to the playoffs,
yeah, they can't. They always a one and done. Yeah. They like Utah. They good in the regular season. Playoff come, they don't show up.
That's why I got so much respect for my team, because we went in Dallas, beat them. No disrespect to Max, but we went in the Green Bay. Still don't know how we came out with that. Well, I know special teams, but I still don't know how that happened. We wasn't going to beat the Rams for a third time.
Justin, you don't need to meet Browns fans. Shout out to Justin over there.
Yeah, shout out Justin.
Yo, what if AB go to the Rams?
Loyal. Hey,
but AB go to the Rams?
I think Dallas is they're in trouble, but like I do think CeeDee Lamb is a number 1 receiver in the league. That's why they moved Amari Cooper. It just didn't make sense when they traded away Amari Cooper, and then the Browns restructured his contract to free up money for the Browns. When did Dallas not want to do that? Did Dallas not want to restructure Amari, his contract? So instead, they just tossed him away for a 5th-round pick. I mean, it just seems like they were just ready to move on from him. And then they re-signed Michael Gallup on a 3-year, like $60 million deal, who just torn his Achilles. So it's like, you trusted this guy over Amari Cooper. I mean, I don't know. That was very questionable for me. And then they got Dalton Schultz back, so that's a huge. He just signed his franchise tag today, so he'll be back. I mean, they got Javon Curse re-signed today as well. So I mean, they made some good moves, but I still feel like they're definitely gonna draft a receiver again in the first round. I feel like, I mean, losing Cedric Wilson and Amari Cooper. I don't care about James Washington. That dude's not going to do anything over there. But, yeah, I mean, they'll be okay, but I don't think they'll be more than like a 9-win or 10-win ball club.
That's why I say I think the division will pretty much account for basically the 9 wins, most of the 9 wins. But Dallas, if you're looking at and you're playing Dallas, it doesn't scare you to even play them at all. So again, it's just Dallas. I love when they're on a downfall because, like I say, they kind of remind me of the Lakers of basketball. They got so much money, they get so much talent, but then again, they cannot put that together. You got too much conflict in the locker room, like the fight between Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott. I can tell that's true. Everybody know it was some problems going in that organization. And Amari Cooper's not a bum. He's not a bum. He's a really good receiver. But the problem is he's not a superstar level receiver. He hasn't made it to that point yet, that superstar level receiver. He has produced in the National Football League. He has produced. He put some good years, so he's just not a star-studded receiver. That's all. He's one of those like when you call Matthew Stafford, is he a superstar receiver? He's a really good. I call those really good receivers. He's a really good player, but he just never went to that superstar tandem. That's
Amari too quiet. Is you know how that saying goes? It's the quiet ones you gotta watch out for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's gonna blow up this year.
I think Amari. I think the reason why Dallas got rid of Amari because he was always injured.
Yeah, but they just re-signed Michael Gallup, who just torn his Achilles. So it's like it doesn't make sense what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just doing a lot of questionable things. I like the re-signs, on their part. Like they're getting some of their key guys back in the building, but I don't know about the whole.
Leon Collins is going too.
Yeah,
so that opens up
and Connor Williams left.
That's going to hurt their offensive line.
Mm-hmm. So now they're going to have to rebuild that O-line again. They had a great O-line for years. Now they have to rebuild that, get a receiver, get some more help up front because they lost Randy Gregory. So we'll see what they do. But I think they'll be okay. I think they might still win 10 games, but I don't think they'll be a contender for the Super Bowl at all.
So Taco says, do y'all think Joe Burrow is a superstar QB?
Yeah. No doubt.
I'm not going to call him a superstar yet, but he's on his way. The only reason why, because I don't call a quarterback off for one good year a superstar. You got to do it more than 1 year to be a superstar for me. Don't get me wrong. He got hurt in this first year. He's playing good, but he had that good season this year. Now, he has everything in his power to do it again on his team. Now, if he does it this year, they both heard me say it. I gave respect to the Bengals. I said they make it to the AFC Championship. I give them respect, but I'm not going to call them the Bengals are for real deal team, and so you have to do it more than 1 year for, at least to me, to be a real deal team. Anybody can have one good year, but that doesn't make you a powerhouse team. You got to do it consistent. You got to be one of those teams that people consider that being in the playoffs. Even if you don't make it every year, you have to get talked about like that. The Bengals was down for a long time, and they finally up. Now everybody want to ride their wave. I'm not riding their wave yet. Now they do it 2-3 years down the line. Now I feel like Joe Burrow is the franchise quarterback for the Bengals. I do believe that. But when they do it 2, 3, 4, then I can say, oh, the Bengals are for real. Okay, now they for real now. But for 1 year, nah. I would be like that with my team. If we was down for a long time, 1 good year, we ain't for real yet. We would have to do it consistently.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Max. I see superstar in this guy. Just like the first time DeShaun Watson hit the field for Houston, I saw that guy's gonna be a stud, bro. and he got hurt. He was in the MVP race his first year. He got hurt. That took the life out of the Houston Texans. But the very next year he comes back. He makes the team better. The year now he's gone, the team is bad again. That's to show you how good that player is. I see a lot of things. I see a superstar talent in Joe Burrow. That's what I saw in DeShaun Watson. When he stepped on the field and that team immediately responded, I said, that guy's going to be a superstar in this league. So that guy's going to be something to be reckoned with. So I see superstar in Joe Burrow. I really do see superstar in Joe Burrow. Now that they got that offensive line pretty much taken care of, this guy's ready to burst. This guy's ready to ball.
I agree. I was just about to touch on that O-line. I mean, we've seen what he did with a terrible O-line, getting banged up his first season, tearing his ACL, and then coming back and just having this season, bringing him to the Super Bowl. You put an O-line in front of this man, oh man, this next season he's gonna show everyone why he is a superstar.
I mean, they did address that offensive line in free agency. Collins is over there now. I mean, they got a couple pieces. Hopefully, Joe Burrow would never ever get sacked 9 times in a game ever again. Because that was ridiculous. And they
that's crazy.
See, I see what y'all saying, though. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying he's not a superstar. What I'm saying is, for me to actually call him the actual superstar, he just got to prove it this year to me, and then I'll actually give him that title. Because the first year we really didn't get to see too much because he got hurt, but this year he showed what he could do. Now, if he does it this year and at the top with the elite quarterbacks, of course, I'm gonna say you got T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Tyler Boyd. There is no way you shouldn't be a superstar with those 3 wide receivers alone. If I'm a quarterback and got those 3, you should be able to have superstar numbers or be that superstar quarterback. Most teams don't even have 2 wide receivers that's that good. He got 3.
Yeah.
That could be number ones on any team. He got 3 of them.
And Joe Mixon can catch the ball out of the backfield.
So he has everything in his power to win. Everything.
In the offseason, though, we knew after that Super Bowl when that offensive line was letting Joe Burrow down. And I like the way the Bengals organization did this. They made a valid effort to get an offensive line, and that's exactly what they addressed. An offensive line. I rarely saw them get a skilled player. All I saw, offensive line. They knew they needed offensive line, and they addressed it. So I like that organization. Give credit to whoever the general manager over there. They rebuilt it really, really good. They got them the receivers. Over there, and they built this offensive line up. Now Joe Burrow's he's ready to go, man. They made a valid effort this offseason. He built this offensive line up. Good job. I give credit to the Bengals organization for putting these players around them, developing these players, and getting that offensive line taken care of.
I mean, their defense isn't half bad. Like I know Justin Bates came back. Mike Hilton is still over there. I mean, Eli Apple returned, but
they cut Trey Wayans.
Yeah,
I wish it could have been a 49ers Bengals Super Bowl. I wish it could have been that.
That would have been dope. That would have been interesting.
That'd have been 2 quarterbacks trying to go for their first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But Jamison Crowder just got signed to the Bills on a 1-year deal.
That's a good pickup.
Yep.
I like Jameson. Jamison Crowder.
He's like whatchamacallit for the Suns, Jay Crowder.
Yep.
He's like him for that.
Yeah, I mean,
LeBron in Cleveland tonight. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
he's just a good route runner. You know, he's like that. Just replaced Cole Beasley easily for me. I mean, those 2 are the same level for me. I mean, I like that pickup a lot. Got him on a $4 million deal, cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
also I'm trying to get my Niners to go after Cole. I was like, go get Cole.
Yeah,
Cole Beasley is a good receiver to have in the slot. He's another Renfro kind of situation, slot receiver. Like when you need him to be open, he'll catch the ball. He's there. He'll definitely give you some yards, some yak. He's a good slot receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the draft. It sucks. David and Njabo, he tore his Achilles on his pro day. Will his stock drop, and who's likely to get him?
His stock is going to drop tremendously. He's going to be out for a whole damn season. He's probably going to drop to the 4th or 5th round, man. In that deal, he was no doubt a 1st round pick. Like I said, a team I can see them taking a chance on. Too many teams are going to back away from. So when it comes to the later rounds, is gonna really be really tough to predict when they go now in the later rounds. You can predict easily when they go in the first round. You can kind of predict easily, but the later rounds is kind of tough to go back and look in the later rounds who these people can go get, man. But like I say, hey man, it's definitely gonna hurt. It's definitely gonna hurt their draft his draft stock tremendously. 4th and 5th round, I believe a team is gonna take a gamble on him.
Yeah, you said 4th or 5th. Damn, I'm thinking he just might fall to the 2nd round, just like Miles Jack and Jalen Smith did.
I wouldn't be surprised 3rd too. I wouldn't be surprised 3rd, but I just think a lot of teams are going to pass him up because of that injury. Plus, he's not going to be able to play. But I wouldn't be mad if a team takes him in the 2nd to wait a year for him to get set. But that guy's something really, really good. David Ojabo is good. He's athletic. He's a good pass rusher. He just needs to work on a lot of fundamental things, some fundamental movement. Like in college, he was getting away with out-athleting people, and in the NFL, you can't always use your athleticism against all the offensive linemen, but they're more bigger and stronger. So the fundamentals, he just needs to work on the technique. That's it. But David Ojabo is going to be something special. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with taking him on the 2nd round. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 2nd-round picks now. You know what I'm saying? So. Hey, I mean, I'm cool with waiting a year. I mean, that's basically what we did with Rashawn Gary. Gary, we traded up. What?
My bad. My fault. I ain't mean to say no. Go ahead. My bad. I was thinking out loud. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, we traded up to get Rashawn Gary, and I was like, oh, come on, man. Like, the guy's hurt. We got a top 10 pick, and we can draft this motherfucker, man. But now look at him now. So, I mean, he had a great season for us. I feel like I'm the type of dude that's going to be like, I'm cool with, securing a great player discount. You get him in the 2nd round. You don't got to pay him as much as as you pay a 1st rounder. So I'm cool with, building for the future. And I definitely think he's going to fall to the 2nd round. He was looking like a top 20 pick before the injury, which sucks.
Sorry, Max, but when my Niners start picking, we going to take him.
Oh, hey, y'all probably will. Y'all need them because y'all lost.
We do need them. We need defensive players. I wish we could have got Ward and Gilmore.
That'd have been available. Gilmore is still available. Bobby Wagner is still available.
Why we didn't get Bobby Wagner to play with Warner? That would be so much love right there. Warner with Wagner? What? I'm sorry. If we could get Wagner and Gilmore, we win in the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. That defense gonna be stacked. I'm sorry. We would have 2 top corners, 2 top linebackers. The Bengals ain't getting past us or the Rams. I'm sorry. That wouldn't happen. But
you got a guy that's starting in his first season. You gonna win a Super Bowl with Trey Lance as the first year in quarterback?
I don't think they trading Jimmy. I think Jimmy's gonna stay one more year. I think Jimmy's gonna stay. My thing is Trey Lance can't do it that much worse than Jimmy G.
Yeah, I mean, I do
that much worse. He's a mediocre quarterback that almost took him to the Super Bowl twice.
Yeah,
he's the game manager.
And the crazy part about it, he has the same winning percentage as Peyton Manning.
Oh wow,
704. That's his winning percentage. So he has a winning percentage better than majority of anybody in the league. But he doesn't get called a good quarterback because he don't always win the games. Okay, let me ask you this. You know how many times Matt Stafford got bailed out, Aaron Rodgers got bailed out, Tom Brady got bailed out. Them top quarterbacks get bailed out, but when he gets bailed out, he didn't do enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, them guys have to catch the ball to score touchdowns, right? When he throw it to them, right? They can't throw it to themselves. This man thrown over 20 touchdowns each time he's been with the 49ers. He doesn't have losing records with the Niners. So I'm trying to figure out. They always talking about Debo this, Debo that. Okay, Debo still has to catch the ball. Debo still has to get the ball handed to him. You know what I'm saying? They always make it seem like Jimmy G doesn't do anything. You know how many fourth quarter clutch drives he has, especially the year we went to the Super Bowl on the Saints and on the Rams. This man got more fourth quarter clutch drives than majority of half of the quarterbacks in the league. But he doesn't get no respect though. That's what I understand.
Yeah, I mean, he's a winner. I can't take anything away from him. I remember that one dude that dropped the ball. Was it Benjamin that dropped the wide open pass against the Rams? I was like, oh my God.
wide open. That's what I'm saying. Like he could give you passes, but I don't know. Hold on, I'm not opening the door for somebody.
Getting to Donte, you got the third. The Texans got the 3rd and 13th pick. Who would you like to see the Texans get at 13 and 3 and 13?
Well, I already been on statement on record saying this. It wouldn't hurt me if we get an offensive lineman, but I feel like we addressed it enough in this offseason. We did get better. We did get go after offensive linemen in this offseason. Aiden Hutchinson, I wouldn't be mad, but I think the Lions are going to be sold on Aiden Hutchinson. I think I won't be surprised if the Jaguars, trade back because they did get their offensive line solidified as well. They can be a play for Aiden Hutchinson as well. For the Texans, I would like Kyle Hamilton. At pick 3.
I knew you was going to say that. I knew it.
I've been on the board saying that all year long. Kyle Hamilton, Justin Reed gone. Now, hey, Kyle Hamilton, another versatile safety who supports the run game, who can also cover a little bit. And at 13, I wouldn't be surprised if we can get a receiver. When we get a receiver in here, I wouldn't really be surprised, like a Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, or Traylon Burks. I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't be mad at
Chris Olave hurt?
No, Chris Olave is not hurt. He's not hurt. He's healthy. So I wouldn't like receiver because we do need another wide receiver as well. I can use another wide receiver. I'm just not gonna sit there and be so and like even though Nico Collins can be good, he showed some flashes. We do got Moore who had a good season, who's a special teamer with Baltimore all those years, but he did a very good job. So Chris Moore was good. Chris Conley was good, but I would think we need another receiver. We need competition. I think Garrett Wilson could be the future of this team. Or I wouldn't be surprised if we go more defense, get a cornerback. Sauce Gardner can still be there. He can still be on the board at that time, or Darryl Stingley at the cornerback position. So no, I wouldn't be surprised if we go defensively. Those are the nominees or the names I would like to get at 13.
You said 13?
Yeah, 13. Yeah,
I can still see both of them at 13. Stingley and Gardner there at 13.
Which one I'm gonna pick if the Texans do go corner? Sauce Gardner. I'm grabbing Sauce.
You know we had a debate about this, right? You know we had a debate about this, Donte.
Yeah, I love Sauce, bro. I love Sauce.
I'm on Stingley all day. That's my guy.
I would not be mad we get Stingley. I like Stingley, but it's hard not to give up a touchdown in college. I know he's going to give up some in the pros. Everybody's going to give up a damn touchdown in the pro and probably get exposed in some type of way, but I just love his height. I love his motor. I love his swagger, and he got a lot of that, boy. But I wouldn't be mad if we get Stingley, bro. I like Stingley as well. I like Stingley too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be upset.
Be a win-win situation if you got that position that both of them center. It just depends who you want more.
Yep, it depends on who they value more and who they think can be. They think they can be better. And Sauce Gardner is a really good player, man, and both of them is good players. I mean, hell, Stingley was guarding Jamar Chase great at practice. He competed with him at practice, so I would love that on my football team. I would love that.
Y'all in a great spot right now, though. Y'all Texas is definitely a great spot right now.
All right, so Max, your team now has the 22nd pick from the Devontae Adams trade with the Raiders, and you have pick number 28 as well. Who would you like to see the Green Bay Packers go get with those 2 picks?
I mean, my first thing was defensive tackle before the Adams trade happened. So I would love Wayans or Jordan Davis at 22 if they're there. You know what I'm saying? We need someone to help Kenny Clark in the middle of that D line. We have, we resigned Russell Douglas, we resigned Preston Smith, we resigned Devondre Campbell. So I mean, our back end, you know what I'm saying, is good, but I still need some D line help, and our secondary is pretty good. So, but of course, I need a receiver now. And this is like the perfect draft. That's what I'm saying. The perfect draft, like Burks, Drake London. I don't think we'll get I think Olave would be picked before the 20s. So is Garrett Wilson. I feel like those two.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson is going to be picked in the top 10-ish. I think Drake London. I think Olave is going to be picked in the teens between the Eagles. Remember, the Eagles have 3 first-round picks, so it's a good chance they can definitely pick him. It's a great chance. So now the 20, you got Traylon Burks, you got Drake London, or it's a good chance Olave may can do it, but I think he's going to get picked up in the teens.
What about Kayvon Thibodeau?
Kayvon Thibodeau is going to
He'll be going in the.
He's going to be gone on the top.
He'll be going to the top.
Yeah,
he might go number 5 to the Giants. I think he'll fall to the Giants.
What
Will
about
be interesting.
What's his name? George Kalafdis or something like that?
He's going to be gone in the teens. Koloftis, he's going to be gone in the teens.
They got him going to Dallas.
Oh, man.
It's going to be interesting because we can actually trade up, one of those picks. I mean, I'm cool with if we maybe move our 28 pick and one of our second rounders and move up to like the 15 area.
Martin. Like, y'all should go with the Martin and Leo from Texas A&M.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. We got a plenty of options to do, but if I get a defensive tackle, D-line, and a receiver in the first round, I'm happy. That's all. I'm happy as hell. But we do need some tight end help.
Y'all don't pick to the second round.
I already know.
Damn.
Them hidden gems.
All right, so let's do this.
Them second and late rounds. That's when them hidden gems at.
Yeah, that's where the diamonds and the refs are. I mean, that's
where
where
Debo was.
Stars.
Debo Samuel wasn't a first round draft pick.
Yep.
He was second.
And God knows, I don't know what Howie's going to do at 15, 16, and 19. I'm going to have gray hair by the time April comes. Y'all going to see me with gray hair. They're like, can you color your hair again? No, this is actually my hair being gray. So I don't know what Howie's going to do, but hopefully he goes defense. Definitely linebacker. We haven't picked a linebacker in years, first round. So hopefully, this last year, he's never picked the Alabama player. We got 2. We got Leonard Dickerson and we get Devontae Smith. So who knows? He might break the streak.
George Kittle was a 5th round pick.
Huh?
So I kind of like the name of the draft that late now because the majority of our good draft picks getting late picks. So I don't mind that right now. I was looking up my team real quick. A lot of our star players is in the later round. I'm fine with that.
All right, so let's go into the Factor Fiction real quick. Everybody's little favorite segment. I know it's Dante's favorite segment. So we're gonna go Factor Fiction.
Sir.
Will OBJ play for the Packers?
I want to say fact, but it's leaning more towards fiction, especially now that the Rams traded away Robert Woods. I mean, I just feel like that just to the Titans.
They gave up pennies for him. It wasn't even no CDs. It was.
And they got a 3rd round pick.
Yeah. Before he got hurt. Oh no, I wouldn't give him up for nothing. I'm sorry, not Robert Woods.
Yeah, Titans got a steal. I was like, damn, okay. But yeah, so now that Woods is gone, you still got Allen Robinson and Cooper Kupp. I mean, Odell would fit perfectly in that. I mean, I hope we get him, but it's leaning towards fiction for me.
I'm going fiction as well. Even though he will help out, but again, the chances what he play is kind of slim this year. And like the Packers, I think they want somebody to come in now that can help them right now. So I'm going to go fiction on that.
Can I ask a question real quick? What's up with Jordan Love? Is he ever going to play? Or is he going to trade him?
It won't be for Green Bay. Long as they're right with that.
I already said we shouldn't trade him. I was still like him as a backup because Rodgers has been hurt before in his career, so just in case he gets hurt, we need a decent backup. He's a great backup, but I feel like he's just not ready to be a starter in this league.
We all saw that game. He was nowhere near
We
ready.
saw the Chiefs game. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, I was pissed off the whole game. We should have won that game. If Rodgers played, we would have destroyed the Chiefs. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's ready. We definitely shouldn't trade him, but who knows? I mean, we just re-signed Rodgers for like 5 more years. So
he almost came to us. Y'all blocked it though.
I know his hometown. He grew up a Niners fan.
And then Tom Brady.
Yep.
Christian McCaffrey gets traded. Is that fact or fiction?
I believe he should. I don't think he is, but I believe he should. They work him too hard. And that's what the 49ers doing to Debo. They're working him too hard to the point where he's going to always stay injured. He can never play a full season because he takes the majority of the load. He's got to help somebody that will help him. So I want him to get traded, but I don't think he is. I think he's
I agree. I think it's fiction. I think he's going to stay put. I mean, I don't know why would you trade him. I know he's injury prone, but he's still, when he's on that field, he's so good. Like, dude can do it all. I mean, you need a running back like that on your team. So, and it's hard to trade running backs. You know, their market is so low now because people are like, oh, I can just find someone in the 4th or 5th round, and I got my guy. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Aaron Jones get picked in the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Dalvin Cook in the 2nd round. You know, all these guys. I mean, I just feel like it's hard to get something in value back for a running back. So I feel like he's going to stay put.
I'm going to go fiction as well, what everybody said. I mean, he's been in a lot of trade offers, trade rumors, but I think they're going to find a way. I think he's going to stay there. I don't see a move being made no time soon. I think his best option is with the Carolina Panthers.
Will Jimmy G still be with the 49ers?
Yeah, I think he's going to be one more year. I think he's back. I think he's going to be here one more year. At least one more year.
I'm gonna go fiction. The writing was already on the wall. I think he's gonna be gone. I think he's gonna be gone. I think this is last year. I think Trey Lance, they're ready to give the keys to Trey Lance. I think they're ready to give it to him. So I'm gonna go fiction. He's done.
Yeah, it was interesting because the Colts actually inquired about Jimmy G, but they said his shoulder, you know, that's what swayed him off because they don't know how that will affect him. But I agree with Donte. I think, you know, if this is what happened with Rodgers. You know, when Brett Favre retired, we were like, it's Rodgers' team now. So you went through OTAs, you went through the whole process with that guy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what the Niners should do. If they're ready for Trey Lance, he needs to have that whole off season as like the number one, you know what I'm saying? Get the first team reps, you know, playing like you're about to be the starter. Don't, you know, sway his confidence saying, oh, if Jimmy G's here, I might not be the starter anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that.
I could say this. If he's not going after the draft, they're gonna keep him for 1 year. They're gonna keep him for 1 year. They're gonna keep him for 1 year if he's not going by the draft. If he's not going by the draft, I guarantee they're gonna keep him for at least 1 more year. I guarantee it. So that's what everything happens in the draft. Trade up, trade down, people get moved around. If it doesn't happen by the draft, I don't think he's going over.
Yeah.
And if we do trade him, we gotta get somebody on that team with the offensive line or the defensive line that's fill some of them holes.
He could get traded during the draft. We've seen that happen before too. You know what I'm saying? Like 2nd round or something.
That's what I'm saying. If he's still there after the draft, I don't think he's leaving.
Yeah. I feel like the only team that would make sense is Carolina or Seattle. I feel like those are the last 2 teams that are really, you know, desperate for a quarterback. So
they can send him to the Jaguars. Just give us
Jaguars ain't gonna take him. They got Trevor Lawrence. They got to trust on Trevor Lawrence. They can't be bringing someone else in like that.
Will Cam Newton play again?
I said this last time.
It's hard. I want to say no, but I feel like somebody's gonna give him another shot in the league as a backup. But the problem is he won't be a backup. He don't want to be a backup. That's the problem. So on the verge of that, I will say no. Because he doesn't want to be a backup. He doesn't want to be a backup at all. He still thinks he's a starter. So I would say no. I will say fiction.
I say fiction, man.
No, he doesn't want to be a backup.
He's done. His ego is too big for him to be sitting on the bench. I mean, after that 3-20 game that he had last season with like 27 yards and he got benched for PJ Walker, I was like, this guy, he's done. He's done, man. I mean, just fade away in the sunset. Just hang him up, Cam.
He's going to have to be humble. If he really wants to play this game that he loves, he's going to have to be humble and just come to the fact that you're going to be a backup now. You're not going to get starter money like you was getting. Point blank period. Look at Jacoby Brissett. You know he ain't no starter. He going to the Browns to back up Watson.
Yep. That's funny that they signed him when they still got Baker on the team. So it's like that's how you know, like, they are just completely done with this man. Kick in the face that I feel bad for Baker Mayfield. It's just like, dang, like, and where it is, the Colts didn't even call asking for him. They automatically went to Matt Ryan. Yep.
So we got a couple of minutes left before we sign off. I'm gonna talk a little bit of NBA. I know the NBA is dwindling down. Playoffs.
I gotta go ahead and do some stuff at work at the moment, but I always come in and gotta show my love. Then I gotta dip out, and I'm at work on the clock with it. So,
hey, good talking to you, bro. We gonna link up.
I come on your show whenever you got a schedule open. I'll definitely jump on. Talk to you. I get on everybody's show.
Yeah.
I get on all. But I hope everybody have a safe night. Got to finish this work up. You know what I'm saying? For my boss keep calling me because he keep calling my phone, asking did I do stuff. So let me go get stuff. But it was great being on the show again. Got to see you on that side of the locker room. Come get that.
There. We're gonna set it up.
All right, bet. Peace. All right, have a good one.
Peace.
I was talking sports with Tay-Rock, so make sure y'all go follow and subscribe to his channel. He's all about his 49ers and his Spurs. But we got Joel Embiid, we got LeBron James and Giannis. Now they're literally 1, 2, and 3 when it comes to the scoring race. Who's overall going to take that?
I got LeBron. I got LeBron just because he has to do the most. Because, Giannis and Embiid, they have like other scorers on that team. They got other guys that they can lean on. Middleton, Drew Holiday, Pat Connaughton, Grayson Allen. They can all shoot. Brooke Lopez is back now. Bobby Portis is doing his thing. And then, you got Harden, Maxey, Tobias, even though he's been stinky lately for y'all. But I know, I'm sorry. But saying you have all these guys, and LeBron has Malik Monk, Russell Westbrook, DeAndre Jordan.
He ain't there.
Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. Yeah,
we got it stinking. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, he had like 0 points for y'all the other night. Yeah, but until AD is back, LeBron has to literally do it all. Like, that's why I feel like off default, LeBron's going to win the scoring title just because he has to toss up about 30 shots a night for them to even have a shot to win.
I'm going to go LeBron also because, he said, LeBron's got to do the most. And think about it. The last games they should have lost. They should have lost to the Wizards. He had a 50-point game. It took LeBron to have to carry the Wizards. Had to carry the Lakers a 50-point game to beat them. It took LeBron for a 56-point game just to take out Golden State. So LeBron has a lot of weight on his shoulder. He doesn't have really help like that. Even when Anthony Davis gets back, they're still going to be the same team. They're still going to be struggling. And LeBron, everything's still going to have to be kind of relied upon LeBron because you can't trust Anthony Davis to stay on the floor. So most of those guys, I think Giannis has Middleton. He has Bobby Portis, who can shoot the three really well. He has Drew Holiday. He has Ibaka. Now he has Brooke Lopez that can come off the bench. Jokic. Aaron Gordon in some spurts. You do got Bones Holland, who's been very good over there for them off the bench. Michael Porter might be on the verge of coming back soon. And then, plus, you got Jokic himself. But he doesn't have to do too much. And you got Monte Morris and Will Barton, who can be scorers at the point. had to take some load off of him. So if you go back, LeBron gonna win the scoring title because he has to do a lot. He has a lot of responsibility. He has to be the man that keeps the Lakers in that race, and keep them from falling out. He's going to have to keep putting up 30-point games, 40-point games every night because it's no game the Lakers can go into and say, hey, we got this game. We can win this game. Nobody's scared of LA. That's the point of LeBron having to do everything.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be close. They literally, Embiid's 1, LeBron's 2, and Giannis is 3. It's really neck and neck with that scoring title. And not to talk about LeBron again, but the next topic. LeBron passed Karl Malone on the number 2 all-time list. Now, Kareem is number 1, but LeBron needs 1,458 points. LeBron going to be all-time leader in scoring. Will he get that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll get it next year. I believe he'll get it next year. Yep. That's definitely.
Now, will that bring the debate down that, he's better than Jordan if he's not scoring?
Hell no.
No. We Donte and I talked about this earlier on our show. I always will think LeBron is one of the Mount Rushmores for me. He's one of the greatest players we've ever seen. I mean, we're lucky we watched his whole career. You know what I'm saying? But I'm done with the GOAT conversation. Jordan's the GOAT, will always be the GOAT until someone can go 7-0 in the finals. I know LeBron's been to 11 finals now or 10 finals, but he's 4-6. He's 4-6 in those finals. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference between Jordan and LeBron. When Jordan played, no one in the league won the ship. When LeBron, we got Curry, KD, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, all these stars won the ship. But when Jordan was there, absolutely no one can beat them. And then when he retired for those 2 years, that's when the Rockets got stars.
Yeah. Won, yep.
And then he came back, and guess what?
Yep.
3 more. You know what I'm saying? I don't count the Wizard days. I don't count the that was well past his prime. He never went back.
Best player. He was still the best player on the team, on the Wizards team, averaging 20 points a game. He was still the best player at the age of 40 on the Wizards team. He was the best player on that team, a 40-year-old man that's out of shape, that have messed up knees, averaging over 20 points per game.
And he was running the team.
In the first year, the Wizards was in the 4th seed. He gets hurt for the season. The team all of a sudden fall apart. I mean, again, hey, man, like I say, there will never be another Michael Jordan, man. That man has so many impacts on people's careers, like Charles Barkley. Well, really, the Charles Barkley don't like the Rockets because the Rockets stopped him twice from winning a title. Rockets got in his way twice. And plus, Jordan stopped him that 1 year that he was really, really good. Reggie Miller was so good. Michael Jordan got in his way. Penny Hardaway, Michael Jordan stopped him from winning the championship.
John Stockton, Karl Malone.
Stockton, the greatest backcourt big man duo twice. Gary Payton, before he even won a championship, stopped him. Patrick Ewing stopped him. Don't you know how many Knicks fans got to be sick?
Yeah.
Got to be sick after that. I know Knicks fans who forget about the Charlotte Hornets, the Alonzo Mournings, and the Muggsy Bowles, the Larry Johnsons.
Grandmama.
And even Cleveland was good. Mark Price and all of those guys, those guys were really good. So both leagues were strong. East and West were very strong during that era. Isaiah Thomas, now you flip it back to LeBron's era. The East, not so much. They was not so much that good. Really that good. It wasn't really a threat in the Eastern Conference, but in Jordan era, you have both conferences was very strong. Very strong.
Yeah. I mean, LeBron, statistically, he'll probably be, have the best stats out of everyone in the league ever. I mean, that's just longevity, and that's just him being available. Like, he's took care of his body really well. He's been hurt lately in the, past couple of years. But, I mean, the guy's pushing 40 years old now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jordan took years off. He didn't play as long. But I will always have Jordan as my GOAT.
That's why I said, do you rather take the efficiency or the longevity? So, but Anthony says, what is I'm about to wait. Notification. It says he needs to know what's the meaning of MVP in the NBA because they're giving it to the wrong players. Do you think they're giving out MVPs to the wrong players?
I don't. The MVP is for the best player during the regular season. It's who they think is the best player and who means a lot to their team, who means a lot to the team. So I don't really think they get giving out the MVP to the wrong players. I think James Harden should have had 2 MVPs because he got robbed one year, the year that he carried the Rockets to the 2nd seed, and Steph Curry got it by an inch. I think James Harden should have won the MVP. I think he should have won the MVP that year, but other than that, he still got his MVP award. Like I say, you can make a case for him the year that Giannis got it, but it was clearly Giannis won it because James Harden had to carry the Rockets. The year that Chris Paul stayed hurt all year, he had to carry the Rockets. And that's something that James Harden came out in an exclusive interview said that's what he had to do. And he was right. He had to do it. Because Chris Paul couldn't stay on the floor. So besides the one robbery that I thought he should have won that year, that was the year that we went to the Western Conference Finals. He should have won it that year from putting us in the 2nd seed. But I thought everything is legit. Curry, his year won it unanimously. That was no doubt that he won that. Honest, no doubt that he won that MVP. Won that MVP. So I think I'm with Max. They're getting it to the right players. And then Joel Embiid gets hurt. Jokic win. I thought that was the right move because Joel Embiid got hurt. If Joel Embiid didn't get hurt, then I think Joel Embiid deserves the MVP. So I don't think they're doing. I think they're doing the right job with the MVP.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand. You look at the stats and. Right off the stats, you're saying LeBron should win it, LeBron. But look at the team. They're 30-41. They're not going to give an MVP to a team that's the 10th seed right now in the West. I mean, you have to look at how your team's doing. That's the reason why Giannis won over Harden that one year because the Bucks were number 1 in their, conference, and they had like 60+ wins when the Rockets were like, we had like 55 or so. You know what I'm saying? So like he did a lot more for the team, than Harden did. But that's the thing about the whole MVP. You have to be the best player on one of the best teams. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like Embiid is still my number 1 in MVP. You still have Giannis and Jokic. I feel like those 3 right there. I mean, you want to throw a honorable mention to Ja, you can, but Ja's not going to win it. DeMar's not going to win it. You know what I'm saying? It's just I feel like Embiid, Giannis, or Jokic are a 3-man race right now for the MVP, and it's honestly a toss-up. It can go either way right now. I feel like this season, there's always like a clear-cut MVP usually around this time, but this year, man, I feel like this is a toss-up year for a lot of the awards coming out for the regular season.
And LeBron can win it every year. He's the type of player that can win it every single year. They can get it every single year because of the state of the team, and they're just fighting just to get in the play-in tournament. And there's no guarantee they can win that one game. They may have to play 2 games just to get into the actual playoff picture, but he can be an MVP. He can be MVP every year if he actually wanted to.
He won like 4 in a row, for one span. Like eventually, the NBA was like, we have to stop giving him
LeBron. We can't get it.
He can win it every year. He can get it every year.
And that's what I feel like Giannis is at now. Like I feel like Giannis could literally win the MVP every single year if he stays healthy. But you know how the NBA is. They want to diverse. They want to create superstars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Durant win an MVP. You know what I'm saying? So I mean. And I feel like Durant's the best player in the world. That's just my opinion.
I think for Durant, he needs more support. He needs a more supporting role. Supporting cast. I think if Kyrie didn't, this whole mandate thing in New York, I think maybe things would be better. They have a better record. They have a better seeding, but they don't have a good supporting cast. I mean, Steph Curry's doing it. But the only thing about Steph Curry, he can shoot, but he's not going to do it on an every night basis. One night he might be hot and give you 30. The next night he's gonna give you 2. I've seen it done with the Sixers. He's done it with the Sixers. He's come out and get 27 points one night. The next night he give you 7. What? What are we doing? And Andre Drummond is a solid backup. Drummond can get you some rebounds. He'll get you 20+ rebounds. He'll get you 10 points. He's a good passer. But I'm just saying, he still needs a better supporting cast. That's why KD, if he had better. He definitely will be in MVP talks, and he got hurt.
One of my biggest storylines this offseason is Kyrie because he has a player option. He could be a free agent at the end of this season. So I don't know if we'll see Kyrie with KD next season. We'll see. But the whole mandate thing and the New York situation, that might sway him to leave. Hey, we already seen the senator for the Texas. They said, come over to Houston. We'll let you play over here. So, hey, Donte, if that happens, woo. We see Kyrie in a Rockets jersey. That's gonna bring in the free agents.
That's gonna bring in the free agents. Yeah, that one attractive stud can bring in the free agents. And the thing about Harden got Embiid over there, so it's really no excuses for the Sixers not to go far as they could. It's actually no excuses, but we can call it like T-Mac. Remember T-Mac, who me and Max really said that should be in the top 75 greatest players of all time. And like that guy could never get it done in the playoffs, but is it his fault? It was never that man's fault. The man had injuries. The man had really injuries. But I can say the series against Utah, it was kind of his fault as well because the way the team played, and then against Dallas, but like I said again, he always didn't have the best of teams to do it with. And I think he was worn down in Orlando. That's when the injuries start coming. He was already worn down against Orlando because he had to do so much of Orlando. I thought the injuries started to get to him when he first came to the Rockets because of the Orlando stint. He really didn't have any help. And same thing, Harden. Dwight Howard quit on Harden. I blame that on Dwight Howard more than anything because it was Dwight Howard didn't want to do his goddamn job. But again, hey, Chris Paul, you blame that clearly 1,000% on James Harden because he did not want to work with Chris Paul. He did not want to work with Chris Paul. He didn't like the way Chris Paul was calling out the team and him. I blame that 100% on James Harden. But then again, like I say, it doesn't negate how great of a player this guy has been for the Rockets organization. Each time you got him on the floor, you have a chance to win any ball game, no matter if he can't get it done in the playoffs. He cannot do that, but I can't negate that guy, how great is he is, how great of a player. A lot of greats in the NBA are in the Hall of Fame and has not done anything in the playoffs or not won a championship. That doesn't take away James Harden's greatness or how great of a player that guy is. Yes, he can't get it done in the playoffs, but we got to realize we got Hall of Famers in the same boat as Harden. We just do. We got Hall of Famers in the same boat as Harden.
And he's going to be up there in stats too. He's already third all time with the 3 points. He's going to pass Ray Allen. No one's going to touch Steph Curry's record, but he's definitely passing Ray Allen, and he's getting up there in points. He's top 10 now, I think, in points all time. James Harden is. So, I don't know if that's correct or not, but I feel like he just passed somebody to be up there. But yeah, this guy, he's going to retire. I feel like his number's going to be retired from Houston. He's definitely going to be in our Hall of Fame as a Rockets, and I feel like he's a Hall of Fame player. You know what I'm saying? I definitely do. Like you said, he didn't show up where he needed to, like against the Spurs when he had like 10 turnovers against they had nobody playing. Like they had Kawhi out, Tony Parker was out, they had Manu, and they freaking beat us. They beat the brakes off us. He's had like games like that in the playoffs that, always like hinder his legacy, but he's no doubt a Hall of Famer.
Oh, I seen this topic and I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Bradley Beal. They talking about him possibly in Miami?
That would be scary. Now, like, is it for a trade or is his contract up?
I don't know. I just seen him possibly going to Miami, and when I seen that, I said, "You can't be."
That would be a perfect fit. That would be a perfect fit for Bradley Beal.
What's going on, Nate?
What's going on? We have Bam, Butler, Bradley Beal. Oh my lord, that
Tyler
trio.
Hero coming off the
Tyler
bench.
Hero. Like that's what I'm asking. If it's a trade, they might have to move Tyler Hero because that's how good Bradley Beal is
now.
Oh, so he Lyndon Burns said Bradley Beal is a free agent next year.
Oh, okay.
All right, yeah. So they don't have to give up nothing. They can just throw the bag at him. Oh man, that would be dangerous. If I was a Heat fan, I would love that.
I know that they said the Sixers actually was pushing for Bill too. I'm like, how would that work? It's only one ball.
No.
Like I get rid of Tobias for a Bill. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
but
just
I
saying.
mean, the thing about that going to Philadelphia, you may piss off James Harden because you know he need the ball in his head, and Joel Embiid, and something is gonna go wrong if he ends up in Philadelphia. I'm telling you, something in the locker room is gonna really actually go wrong between those three. Those three are really gonna butt heads. Who should take the last shot? Who the ball should go to? Hey, I need the ball in my hands be perfected. I don't want to watch James Harden dribble the ball the whole shot clock. Something is gonna go down in that locker room. I'm telling you guys, that might not be a good place for Bill to even go to, but Miami is a perfect culture for him to end up. Pat Riley don't play no games over there at all. If you're not playing within that system, if you're not coming in top shape, your ass is out on the street, and he will let you know. He will let you know. Pat Riley will let you know. Ain't none of that. That's why that's why Butler and Kyle Lowry fit that culture so well right there. Pat Riley is not going to play none of that. That's why that team continue to be competitive every single season. Every single season, the team continue to be hardworking and competitive. So I think that's a perfect spot for Bradley Beal.
Kitty wanted to make.
Yeah, he's always in my way. I usually lock him up, but I felt bad, so I kept him out here.
He was like, I want to make my debut.
Oh, he'll put his face in the camera. He always does that. I'm like, look. Oh, see.
But no, that the East would definitely be scary if Bill goes to Miami. Bill, Butler, and Larry.
I know. Yeah, that's.
I don't want to imagine it. I do not want to imagine it. So Gobert is in his feelings because y'all all know how I can't stand Rudy Gobert. I'm the quickest one to tell you. There's something about Gobert I do not like, but he's saying he feels disrespected because I guess he gets discredited about his game. What do y'all think about Rudy Gobert?
Well, first of all, I'm so damn sorry that Rudy Gobert feel about that, but it's no way you cannot tell me that Donovan Mitchell is not the best player on the Utah Jazz team when it clearly is that he's the best player on that team. Can you really win a championship with Rudy Gobert as your best player? I don't think you can win a championship. And I'm telling you, me and Max had a talk about this, I believe, one day. If the Jazz fail, which is I think they're going to do, probably in the second round. Hell, they can fail in the first round. All I care. If they fail, I think Donovan Mitchell needs to ask out. I really think so. I really think he needs to ask out, and I really think this may be the end of the line for Utah if Donovan Mitchell and they go down early, which is I think they will do. They will go down early. I think Donovan Mitchell needs to ask out. That way you make Rudy Gobert happy. Maybe he won't feel disrespected with Donovan Mitchell up out of there. And like I say, no doubt about it, he's a good defender. He's a good defender in the paint, as far as playing in the paint. But if you put somebody outside the paint that can shoot, make him guard outside, then he's non-effective. You can take him out of the game. But as far as in the paint presence, when he guards someone in the paint, he can be effective in the paint because he's a 7-foot wall. But right now, Rudy Gobert is a paint player. Most of his shots come off alley-oops, dunks. But for his defense, the mismatches the Rockets used to do. Hey, PJ Tucker, you play the 5. We kill him outside. Hey, take Rudy Gobert. It got to the point Quinn Snyder couldn't play Rudy Gobert in games. Yeah. That's how you beat Rudy Gobert. Get him out the paint, create mismatches, get him out the paint, get a shooter, get him out the paint. Hey, you got to force Quinn Snyder to match up to your game right there. But Rudy Gobert, like I say, he's a good paint rim protector. But again, Donovan Mitchell is the best player on that team. By far is the best player. That's not even close.
Yeah, he's a superstar. I've been saying I'm a huge Donovan Mitchell guy.
Don't go to the Lakers, Donovan. Don't go.
Oh man. He could do well over there as well, but I don't know. I think he needs to be the guy, like wherever he goes, Mitchell. If he went to the Knicks, that would be nice. If he went to New York, but yeah, I mean, supposedly another report came out and said that he's okay, he's fine, but we've heard this like for multiple years now that him and Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell not being eye to eye, not seeing eye to eye, not being on the same page. I mean, eventually I'm just like, okay, this has to be true. If this has been 2 years, because it happened in 2020 with the COVID year, it's still going on in 2022. You know what I'm saying? So This has to be.
Gobert's the one that started it. He had it and everything. Ever since
Yeah,
Gobert had that, it went downhill.
Yeah, yeah. That was the start of no sports was because of Rudy Gobert. But I don't know. I'm not big on Rudy Gobert. Defensively, he's great, but he's just not the guy I would want to build around. Definitely got to build around Donovan Mitchell. And I'm with you, Dante. If they lose in this playoffs, then you have to move on for somebody. And I would keep Mitchell if I'm Quinn Snyder.
Oh yeah, if I had a choice to make out of those two, I'm definitely keeping Mitchell. I'm definitely keeping Mitchell. Rudy Gobert can go. He can walk. I can trade him because I want Mitchell as a guard. As one of the things as a guard, you cannot win. You can win a championship with Donovan Mitchell being the player of the team. It depends on how you build the team, how you build a team around that guard. The only team I really can see carry a team that can win a championship as a big man is the Houston Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon. That's the only big man. I don't know if anybody seen other big men like that, but the only big man I actually seen carry a team to a championship and you can win a championship with is Hakeem Olajuwon. That's the only team I actually seen that. But Donovan Mitchell was definitely Utah's best player.
Oh, we got big time stopping.
Hey, what's up, dog?
Look, man, listen. I wasn't trying to come in here on this. Man. I was telling y'all don't bring me in. I was just saying.
You got a couple minutes.
I was just saying.
We're not going to stop your time because you right after us.
Yeah, but I didn't want to, come in like this. I got Cowboys behind. I got all this.
We already talked about your team already.
I'm not geared up. I'm not ready. But y'all brought me in. So what's up, everybody? What's going on? These guys are awesome. I don't know what they're talking about, but they are awesome. They're my brothers.
Talking about the Cowboys.
Well, I'm gonna do that in just a few minutes, and finally, we got something to smile about on today.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm going with today. But I got to go back and kill Stephen Jones a little bit before I drive the point home. And
we was talking about your boy LeBron a little bit. Wasn't bad, but we was talking about LeBron.
Well, since y'all brought me in and y'all want to talk about me, I can fit in now. Ain't no doubt about it.
Hey, go ahead.
All right, so we get you. We the last topic I had. So I don't know if you heard. Charles Oakley told LeBron thinks LeBron should go to Philly, be asked to be traded to the Sixers so he can get a championship.
No. And the only reason why I'm saying that is not because of it wouldn't be a good move or whatever, but at this point, LeBron cries so much that if that's something that he really wanted to do, we would have heard about that a long time ago. He still has so much power that he can do that. But LeBron's goal is very clear. He done told everybody that he's really banking on his son to be a one and done player. That's the bottom line. And if that happens in 2 years, I believe it is, he has only one goal. His contract ends in Los Angeles in, I think, 2 years. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. Wherever his son is drafted, and it's probably going to be, a mid-level team maybe, unless this kid just explodes where he's a flat out, top 7 or 8 lottery pick. Wherever he goes, that is where LeBron is going to finish his career. He wants to play with his son, and I just believe I really don't believe championships. I believe he went all in this year, but he knows it's not going to happen this year. So it's over and done with for championships. He only has one goal, and that's to play with his son. And
let me ask you something, Doug.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you're the Lakers, so I saw that report as well. If you're the Lakers, would you try to trade LeBron since you know he's going to leave in about 2 years?
No. What we need to do, to be honest with you, if you really want to start over again, I've seen enough of Anthony Davis. Okay, listen to me. He can't stay on the court. He's multi-talented and he's young. if you had a choice between and ask yourself the question, okay, what am I going to get? Who am I going to get more from? It's not going to be LeBron. You can get a boatload of stuff for Anthony Davis because some team is going to believe, hey, we can get him healthy. We can keep him on the court. And he's so young, and then, of course, he's so gifted. That's where the trade really is. It's not with LeBron. LeBron ain't going to get you. LeBron still can get you some stuff, but not as much as AD will. AD can break up a whole team right now. AD can break up your whole starting lineup if he's available. You can say, give me your whole starting five for AD, and some team will trade for it.
Well, that's what they did with the Lakers, it took
They
the
got rid
Lakers.
of Lonzo,
they got rid of
Caruso. I mean, everybody.
Man, come on. So I'm saying the value. I'm not saying Bron is not valuable. Of course, you'd be stupid to say that he's not. But the real value, because I don't think AD without LeBron is back to being New Orleans AD, just a stat filler. You're not gonna win anything, but you're gonna get in return one of the top 6 talent in the league, not top 6 player, but a top 6 talent in this league, and he's still young. That's where the trade is. To me, I would consider busting up. The Lakers are used to having superstars, but I would trade AD because to me, I can't bank on my future for a guy who's can't get on the court for me. If I got 82 games a year, if he give me 60, I'm shocked. You know what I'm saying? He stay hurt too much. So. That's the answer to your question. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but that's all.
I got a question, Doug. So again about the Lakers. I mean, when you watch Lakers games and knowing teams are not scared to play the Lakers anymore, and the win that they had in Toronto, but then they downgrade and take another step back against a team without no Kyle Kuzma that night. How do you feel like this is a coaching issue, or do you feel like most of the players are out there not giving effort, not diving on the floor for loose balls, not getting back on the defensive side of the ball, turning over the ball, keeping their heads down? Who does that start with? Who do you blame? What does that start with? And what's it feel like watching this team every night, every single night with a Carmelo, with a LeBron, with Russell Westbrook? What's your thoughts?
LeBron is picky when it comes to defense. Carmelo, since you brought him up, has never played defense. Russell Westbrook is a problem, but everything is in his head right now. He's still that player. If you put him on a team where he don't have so much pressure, he'll be putting up 30 a night. He can't shoot, but I'm saying, when has Russell ever been known to do that? What you have is the problem points to LeBron, because he is the one that put this team together. So you got to point it to him. It's not Rob Pelinka, it's LeBron. LeBron walks to the office and say, hey, let's go ahead and try to get Russell Westbrook to make LeBron happy, because everybody still is in this kiss butt mode when it comes to LeBron. He still runs organization. So you got to start it with him. How does it feel? It feels horrible, because I'm one of the guys that love the name on the front of the jersey rather than your names on the back of the jersey. And we're talking, there's only a few franchises in the league that the name on the front means more than the name of the back. And I don't care who it is. The Lakers, the Celtics, those type of franchises, it's plenty of names in the rafters. It don't mean nothing. The bottom line is the name on the front of the jersey. So it's his fault. Now, I can't blame the coach, because this is the same coach just a year and a half ago that won a championship. It's not that he can't coach. It's just that there's no effort. You got a bunch of guys who don't play defense. Dwight Howard, older. LeBron, picky and choosy. Carmelo, no defense. Russell Westbrook never really played defense. Monk just starting to learn how to play defense. Avery Bradley, don't know how to play defense. the list go on and on. I mean, you had DeAndre Jordan, you traded him away. I mean,
I regret that. Let him go for us to pick him up. Jesus,
I mean, when you got a bunch of senior citizens
Yep.
who are living off their reputations that they did have. Some of them are all-time 75 players. Dwight Howard should have been on their team too.
Yep.
But presently, they G League and they showing G League kind of traits. They're not. They just don't play great defense. You ain't gonna win now. Not in the West, especially. Not playing defense like that. You gonna get swept. Even if you make the playoffs, playing defense like you have. There's some guys out there that's hungry. Them Timberwolves, for instance. Man, them guys hungry. You see what I'm saying? And they play the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers gonna win a game against Minnesota. I'm serious. I can go on and on, but I don't blame the coach. I blame LeBron. The coach is just gonna be the one that's gonna be the sacrificial lamb.
Yep.
But once you finish with that, the team's still gonna be the same team. So they some slow.
One more question for you about your Lakers before we cut it short so you can go on. Is the Lakers going to get that 8th spot?
Is AD coming back? That's my only question.
He's out of the walking boot. That's what I heard. He's out of the walking boot.
He's out of the walking boot. You still got a little time to hold on to your spot. If AD comes back, he changes the game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they automatically just jump up 5 or 6 spots, but you have to admit that if he comes back, presently constructed without AD, it's gonna be hard to get there. But if AD comes back, I think that's be just enough to get into the play-in game. Now after that, I don't know.
Yeah, because right now you're currently 10, and then Sacramento, the Spurs is 28 and 44. Lakers are 30 and 41.
So that's it's not a cushion, but it's a cushion to get you in. So you got about a 2-game lead.
Yep.
They got enough to get there, and I just believe if AD comes back, whether that's for the last 4 to 5 games or whatever, I think that just may push them and get them, at least make them safe for the play-in game. That's just me. I think that can happen. He changes the game if he comes back. All these double teams and these wide open shots, it'll be there.
If I'm the Lakers, I'm trying to get to the 7th spot because the Suns are going to be tough, but I feel like y'all will have a shot against the Grizzlies. Like, if you want an upset, I feel like the Grizzlies, just because they're so young and inexperienced, that's y'all could upset them if you have a fully.
I live here in Memphis, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Since you said that, I live here in Memphis, and I watch the Grizzlies. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we can beat the Grizzlies, not in a 7-game series. I just don't think so because you got to play defense, and they play dog type defense in Memphis, right here with the Grizzlies. And our guys, I haven't seen the intensity yet this whole year. I don't know if they can do it or not, but that's just a wild guess. But one thing I have learned over the years, I will say this, and I'm not y'all had to get me on one of your days. See, I'm not a LeBron fan. I've never been one. I've never liked him. I give him his respect as he's one of the greatest to ever do it, no doubt about it. But I didn't even want him in LA. I didn't want him there. I'm grateful that he put another banner up there, but I'm not a fan. Not just I don't hate him, but I ain't just too hype about him. Anyway, but I believe that they see in their mind, they think they can turn it on at any time. That's what the problem is. They think they can turn it on at any time, and it's just not like that no more. Them bodies are old, man.
Yeah.
D got them bodies 37, 38, or that's 34, 35. You can't turn up, when you want to, when you start that age there. No, it's not going to work like that. So I think they're good enough to get play in, but after that, I don't know, man.
I think y'all are closer. I think y'all can, I don't know about winning that Grizzly series, but I think y'all can probably make it kind of a little bit competitive. See, that's the problem with the Lakers. The defensive side of the ball, 139 to the Rockets, 140 the very next night. It starts with the perimeter defense too, though. Yeah. It starts with on the perimeter. They do not play any perimeter defense at all. They cannot stop anybody from getting into the paint. And when the Lakers, one thing what makes me laugh about them, and it starts with LeBron, when he turns the ball over, you see him not getting back on defense. You see everybody with their heads standing around. You saw the rebound that LeBron told him to get. You had 3 people on the basket. Not one of them gets the rebound. LeBron bouncing the ball on the ground, said, "Hey, come on, man, get a goddamn rebound." I mean, again, that's
when you start examining the Western Conference. I mean, good Lord, if you talking about guards, I mean, Ja is gonna destroy whoever in front of him. Yeah. And you start talking Utah, Donovan Mitchell cannot be guarded. I mean, we go down the list of all the Chris Paul. I mean, folks ain't figured out how to guard him yet. And he's been in the league for 35 years. He's still destroying people. So, and Booker cannot be held. So I'm saying, if you ain't played any type of defense, if your answer is Avery Bradley and Trevor Ariza, you need to go back to the drawing board.
I do like Revis, though. I like Revis for y'all.
Matt Reeves is good, but he can't hold nobody.
No,
he can't. He at least he gives the effort, though. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Matt Reeves is a tremendous. He's one of them guys that the whole city will love because he almost kind of remind you of Caruso. That's what he kind of remind you, the way that he plays. But he's the only one that I see on. Monk plays pretty hard too. But them guys are playing for contracts, so you expect that. But these old grizzled senior citizen Blue Cross Blue Shield veterans that we got out there is really getting on my nerves night after night. I just left my TV. They getting ate alive by Cleveland right now. I'm talking about this.
No.
Hey, y'all are up. Y'all are up right now. Y'all are up right now.
Well, they just got hot since I'm talking to you. When I left, they were getting shot out the gym. I don't know what's going on, man. But hey,
it's 48-46.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm glad they came, and maybe I need to stop watching. That's probably what it is. When I watch, they get beat by 25. When I'm away, they make comebacks.
I know you had to teach you that brutal game when you went there in person against the Suns.
Man, I went to LA. I was there live and in color when they played the Suns, and the best part of the game was pregame when they were doing the layup drill. And LeBron got to the side. I think they were playing Diddy. We ain't going nowhere. He was dancing to it. He threw the cloud of smoke in there like he always do. Clapped his hands and did all this and shook hands with his teammates. That was the best part of the game because as soon as the tip-off came, I was like this.
Hey, I did that game too.
They scored 40. Listen to me, man. They scored 47 points in the first quarter.
They
scored 40. Let me leave y'all, man, because y'all screwed up. 47 points. Listen to me. In the first, y'all ain't hearing me. Everybody's watching this and watching the replay.
Now, big time.
Iverson loving it. Iverson loving it. He's a Suns fan.
Listen, whoever you are, Iverson Wiggs, I appreciate. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm trying to laugh to keep from crying. That's what I'm trying to do.
He's a Suns fan, Doug. He's a Suns fan. He's a Suns fan.
Oh, well, then he know then. See, he laughing at my misery then. That's why he's saying it. So 47 points the first quarter. Man, let me tell y'all something. I was in town for my second residency. I'm in college in my doctoral study. I said, man, let me get my keys, just get on out of here now after the first quarter. I done flew all the way to Phoenix from Memphis to just get ready for the week. And this is how I started my week. I'm still in rehab. See, y'all looking at me now. Right behind
it was a bad week for you that week because the Lakers lost and then Dallas start their shenanigans. You had a bad week that week.
I had a bad week, man. And finally I got something to talk about, and I'm gonna talk about it with the Cowboys. But I appreciate all y'all guys. Y'all guys are wonderful. Shout out to anybody on the Spotlight Sports Network. We just out here trying to do it, y'all. I'm ready to do it in a minute. So y'all, look, I'm trying to come to my show in a good mood, and y'all done pissed me off.
No, hey, we got you fired up. We got you fired up, bro.
I'm trying to talk about the Cowboys. Y'all talking about it, but see, right then and there, it's just a depressing moment. Lakers, Cowboys. Those are my teams. Now y'all see why I'm in rehab.
I mean, well, you got baseball coming back, so maybe your Yankees will do something.
Yeah,
like I just said, rehab. Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers. I need to go to golf or something, so I get ready for the Masters or something. Because this is depressing for me right now. Let me get on out of here, man. Y'all right. Take it easy, man.
You have a good show, bro.
Big
good
time.
Lord of mercy.
Over there. Make sure right after our show, y'all go check out Big Time Show right after that. And with that being said, we're gonna go cut out of here so Doug can get ready to hop on. But y'all make sure y'all subscribe to everybody in the channel. I know it's impromptu night on a Monday. We'll be back next week on a Tuesday. Who knows? Maybe Max will show his face. If not, he'll be in the chat. Donte will be here as always, the hardest working man here on the network. But everybody links are in the descriptions. Make sure y'all subscribe. Y'all got anything to say before we roll out of here?
Man, that was a good show, man. Hey, I needed that laugh. I'm crying. Laughing, man.
Hey, we need to get Doug. We need to get Doug
on this show and on more, bro. That's crazy, man. Doug didn't put it on for today, man. That man, he got it.
I appreciate y'all having me on always.
Yep, make sure y'all check out Max Coverage. Him and Kiefer, the mastermind of the NFL. Kiefer is his co-host. Make sure y'all check out Max Coverage. Again, everybody links are here in the description. Donte will be back on the Spotlight Sports streams. If y'all into the play-by-play, Donte is your man. He will be covering the NBA tonight. He took a break from the tournament. And he's doing the Mavericks and the Timberwolves. So that should be a good, interesting game. No blowouts because that NC State game in Kansas.
That was ridiculous.
For the girls bracket, that he had to sit through that. But we're gonna get on out of here again. We coming back next Tuesday. Appreciate everyone that was in chat, the locals, the regulars. I appreciate y'all. Whoever was new, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's 7200 Second Podcast. We out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
I heard they want the news. Well, we got it just for you. What's your team? Who your player? Who your crew? I heard they want the news. The spotlight is on you, and if you in the hot seat, it's times two. I heard they want the news. Come tune in to the crew, but we got the hook up just like black and blue. I heard they want the news. Spotlight Sports, what it do? Hit subscribe and that like button too. I heard they want the news. Da-na-na-na.